initiative. At this moment in time, I would like to invite to the podium the Executive Director of African Leadership Forum, in person of Dr. Olumide Ajayi, PhD, to give his welcome address. A round of applause, please.
Thank you. Please, you can have your seat, please. Thank you. Have your seat. God bless you. On your state, Senator Biola Ajimobi, ably represented by the Secretary to the Government, Lajilekon Ali, the Governor of Central Bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, ably represented by Mrs. Maina Diesel from Development Finance Department, who are actually the supervising department of the EDC. His Excellency Chief Olusegun Okikiola Obasanjo, former President of Nigeria, and the founding chairman of the African Leadership Forum, represented by Mr. Ayodele Aderewale, MFR, whom I will speak about shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed graduates, you're welcome. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to this landmark event. It is landmark for us because it is the first graduation ceremony to be organized by the CBN Entrepreneurship Development Center since we rolled out here in Ibadan in March 2015. It gives me greater pleasure to also welcome the former Executive Director of the African Leadership Forum and currently the Deputy Chief Coordinator of OOPL Foundation, Mr. Ayodele Aderewale, that I just welcomed. This is the work you started with us in 2008, and we are happy to continue the work. We are very, very grateful to God for making you to be here today. Today is a special ceremony for us because about 450 new and existing entrepreneurs will be graduating, having met the criteria for graduation, chief among which is the presentation of a bankable business plan. There are quite large number of our trainees whose business plans are at various stages of completion, but quite regrettably, we cannot bend the rule to accommodate them. We hope today's event will be a further support to ensure that they do not miss the next graduation ceremony. Of the number of entrepreneurs graduating today, 57.7% of them are from Oyo State. 14% are from Osun State, 8.8% from Ogun State, 6.3% from Ondo State, 3.8% from Ekiti State, 1% from Lagos State, and 8.4% from other non-Southwest states. In terms of sectorial focus, the largest area of focus among our trainees that are graduating today is in agricultural production, representing 29% or 131 enterprises. Cottage industry took about 22%, services and trading are 18% and 13% respectively. It is obvious that we are actually breeding agripreneurs, and we will do more. We will do more. I'd like to see this opportunity also to acknowledge and greatly commend the initiative and the foresight of Central Bank of Nigeria, which culminated in the establishment of the EDC Southwest and 5 others in each of the geographical zones of Nigeria. The African Leadership Forum is proud to be the implementing agency for the EDC Southwest right from inception of the scheme in 2008. Before its relocation to Ibadan in 2015, the EDC Southwest had trained 18,000 graduates and non-graduates in entrepreneurship. We created about 222 new enterprises. 1,100 enterprises were also expanded and diversified, and in the process, we were able to create 3,500 jobs, and we facilitated more than 205 million naira as loans. Since we came to Ibadan, we've also trained 1,450 people from March to December, facilitating access to finance approximately 12 million from private sources. One of the novelties we brought to Ibadan operation is the introduction of the afternoon classes in addition to the morning, in order to accommodate those who may be in paid employment. More significantly, is the CBN also introduced the internship dimension to the training, where our trainees spend 6 to 8 weeks in well-established firms to learn and complement their classroom knowledge. Regrettably, however, our efforts to use with various business membership organizations in Ibadan to identify and enlist businesses that can provide internship openings for our trainees had not yielded much results. We'd like to see this opportunity to appeal to the Oyo State Chamber of Commerce and Mines, Industry and Agriculture, Osima, as well as MAN and Ibadan Chambers of Commerce and Odua Investment Group to positively consider our request for internship. Our eminent guests and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me at this junction appreciate our host, the Oyo State government under the able leadership of His Excellency Governor Abiola Ajimobi, for welcoming this center to Ibadan and providing us with takeoff operating base at Samonda. This is in accordance with the tripartite arrangement between the CBN, Oyo State government, and the Africa Leadership Forum. Under the MOU setting up this, the Oyo State government is expected to provide us with accommodation and basic infrastructure for center's operation. Kindly permit me to seize this opportunity to appeal to His Excellency to help us expedite action in some of the other critical outstanding elements, such as the center's operational bus, office equipment such as air condition, projectors, UPS, and photocopiers, as well as a permanent solution to our leaking roofs. This year, January 19th, there was rain, there was a downpour, which actually soaked some of our equipment. I would like to appeal to the state government to please help us. More important to us also is the fact that the available classrooms that we have now is becoming very small for us because of the growing traffic to the center. We equally want to appeal to the government to begin to support the center more. One of the expectations of the CBN is that the EDC should become viable to run on its own in the medium to long term without direct funding from the bank. We would therefore like to appeal to His Excellency Governor Jumobi, working with the other state governors and the Odua Investment Company, to consider upgrading the EDC Southwest to the Southwest Entrepreneurship Development Academy as soon as possible. Distinguished guests, let me please permit me to also state the need for aggressive entrepreneurship promotion in Nigeria. It is more pronounced now, more than any other time in our history. Whether you view it from the perspective of imminent danger of growing youth unemployment, or from the literary collapse of the petroleum market, rather than lament on this truly disturbing phenomena, we should respond by waking up the strong entrepreneurial giant in the African Nigeria. We should never forget that the flip side of the current development in the national petroleum market, the decline that is degrading our economy, is also a boost the economy of the importers of our crude oil, a typical demonstration of one man's poison being another man's food. The longer this situation takes, the worse it is for us and better for them. We must therefore take our salvation in our hands, and entrepreneurship promotion is, in my judgment, the key. More than ever before, a well-conceived entrepreneurship program such as EDC, we must get all the necessary support that is feasible from all stakeholders in creation of facilitative and very good environment by the government. I should not end this address by touching on one major deliberating factor to entrepreneurship development in Nigeria. That is access to finance. Most of our trainees get frustrated after having this kind of knowledge and skills, but there are no financial support. This frustration, of course, is being resolved because the CBN actually released the CBN MSME intervention funds, which also we find very difficult to access. Some of us find it difficult to access. But towards the end of last year, through some kind of advocacy, the CBN had modified the guidelines for the fund to accept academic certificates and BVN as collaterals. Why this is why this is a commendable step, please don't clap, because when we take your certificate, we'll write to your university that you are OE. Why this is a commendable step, we need a bolder approach to deal with the issue of collateral for small enterprises. We are aware that the International Finance Corporation has developed a scheme of secure transactions and collateral register, which allows the use of movable properties as collaterals for businesses and consumer credits in African countries such as Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. We are saying that a similar scheme is overdue in Nigeria. To complement this effort, this issue of physical asset as collateral for small business credit, there is also a need to institute a viral credit guarantee scheme for the young people. And one of the things we are proposing, and which we have discussed with Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and we're going to continue to discuss and see how this can be done, is to create what will be known as Olusegun Obasanjo Credit Guarantee Fund for Youth Empowerment. One, we believe that by creating this and looking at resources from various places, it will also be possible to provide some kind of comfort for government who actually always, for the bank who actually asks for collateral. Why still talking about this issue of access to finance for small businesses? Let me at this junction express our center's appreciation to the Oyo State government and the Governor Jimobi, for facilitating the access of some of our graduates to the sum of 120 million naira sourced from the MSME Development Fund that the Central Bank introduced in 2013. We are committed to working with Seedfirst Microfinance Bank, which the government has appointed as participating financial intermediary, to ensure that beneficiaries utilize this loan profitably and efficiently, thereby achieving 100% repayment. Some of our graduates will receive their letter of offer and check from His Excellency, represented by the Secretary to the Government, this morning. Like the provider Oliver Twist, I'd like to plead with His Excellency to give us additional money. For as we speak, we already have 1,400 graduates, but only 100 of them are benefiting from this money. We hope that he will hear this our cry, and we shall be called to Agodi next week for another 120 million. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are training great entrepreneurs. imbibed with strong ethical values and attitude towards life and business. For example, our ushers today are our trainees who volunteer to usher free of charge. Our trainees also have good products, and we're very proud of them. Some of them are being displayed outside, and we'd like you to please take a walk and patronize them. The water being served at this event was produced by one of our trainees who is a retiree. The food that you are going to take this afternoon, the snack, was produced by one of our trainees from Lagos. The brochure in your hand was produced by one of our trainees. While the uniform being worn by the ushers' uniforms was designed and produced by one of our trainees, who is also a member of National Youth Service Corps. I would like to thank and appreciate my colleagues and staff of the ALF, the EDC, members of the Management Committee, the Technical Advisory Committee, ably represented by the chairman, Mr. Fatoki, Mr. Yinka Fatoki, representatives of the participating states, and our friends who have made this graduation reality. The Almighty God will reward you. Let me once again welcome all of our distinguished guests. We appreciate your sacrifice in finding time to be with us today. We pray and wish you all safe journey back to your destination. Thank you for listening.
Are you an aspiring or existing business owner and reside in the Southwest? Do you want to become self-employed, or would you like to be trained to set up and grow a new or existing business with various support services? The Central Bank of Nigeria, in partnership with the Oyo State Government and the Africa Leadership Forum, is organizing the Entrepreneurship Development Training to reduce unemployment and assist micro, small and medium-scale businesses. Registration is 5,000 Naira. The training is free. For more information or to register, call 0809-731-4264 or visit the Project Inquiry Desk at Entrepreneurship Development Center, Samonda, along Songo UI Road, Ibadan. The EDC, molding successful entrepreneurs.